What's up, Army? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
I'm Zach.
I'm Jarek. I'm Toro.
안녕, 로입니다.
Y'all know the vibes. Y'all seen the picture. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Y'all know why y'all here. CHOREO battle. We had to start everything right with you being back, man. We got BTS on versus Jimin, Set Me Free Part 2.
Jimin.
So what happened was when we did the CHOREO battle with Set Me Free, did it battle 3D? Yeah, because I think Like Crazy battle. I'm standing next to you.
Ooh.
Yeah. Right. And we basically, people was just like, yo, the Set Me Free joint actually might be one of the craziest choreos that we kind of just seen with how everybody moves and everything. Mm-hmm. So I thought it'd be good to kind of match it up with this. And for all the real redeemers, shout out to y'all. You know, people still irritated with choreo battles and stuff like that, saying we shouldn't compare and everything else because it starts fan wars or starts other things. With that being said, anybody that's been here since day one should already know these are to show love, and these is to compare greatness and have a good song, and that's exactly what we're gonna get into. Let's jump into this first one, man. Let's see what's up with the what's up. I feel like Shorty choreographed both of these.
Sienna, Lala.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I know for sure she did on.
I almost want to say for certain. I feel like she did Set Me Free as well.
If it wasn't her, it was Brian Precipice. I think that's boy, ain't it?
I think I know you talking.
No,
about.
Precipice is JK's choreographer. I think the boy that's on the dance team. It's another boy that choreographed live for Jimin, so he might have done Set Me Free too.
Nice. Jump into this. Ironically, he starts off the song. Fighter.
Oh my God, J-Hope.
I love that stuff. And the A. Bring the A. That shit made the internet punch freeze. Redeemers, we do you all right. Oh, I got you. That shit punched the internet. Niggas like, beating your damn drum. Just feel like North Carolina.
Oh.
Come on and raise up. Come on, say hey.
That was fire.
That-
That was nastier than I remember.
You still be out.
That went crazier than I remember.
You still be out there beating your damn drum. Come on and raise up.
It was good.
Someone picked something already. Let's jump into this. Let's be fair, yeah.
Yeah, they got it.
It's iconic in itself that it's battling on one.
All right.
It was this part that got the fuck on your ops. Oh yeah. Shame. Hey. Redeemers, y'all know like when he getting them little pockets like that's not me. For the anthem, when they go down, go, you a fool for this, bang. Hey, hey.
Superhero landing.
Mm.
Yeah, They won just cause off that one look.
I ain't gonna lie, man. It
got a
got
little
closer
harder
to
than
yeah.
you we still do everything the same way before it too. And you be like, hey, y'all, let's pick a joint. Before we did all that, I wanted to say, like, shout out to both these choreographies. Shout out to On and shout out to Set Me Free Part 2. These are phenomenal, and these could both easily be in people's top 5 for the best choreos they've seen to come out of K-pop or just they ever watched in general. So I just wanted to kind of show them love before we kind of get into a conversation, because this is a masterpiece. The fans won for Army won with this.
Yeah. This is a cooker.
Yeah. Hey, do you just want to get off?
Well, before we vote, no.
No, okay.
Before we vote.
What y'all pick?
All right, everybody for On, raise your hand.
On was the first one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them. I like how they had the drum
3, 2.
No. I'm kind of on the fence.
Ooh.
I'm triggered. I'm triggered. Normally, yeah.
I'm triggered.
Everybody for Set Me Free Part 2? You a little on the fence too?
Yo, it's only one thing that I'm going with On over it for. But like I said, it really made it a lot more difficult because I'm not a fan of Set Me Free the song. It didn't really do anything for me compared to the other songs on the EP. But I didn't watch the choreo. I watched the video. And I was like, damn,
so
this is kind of crazy. This of the actual choreo, yes, but the MV and everything like that, I watched it. I even, was working on something with it. So like I saw it, but this is my first time like really seeing it and kind of absorbing it. This is crazy. This is crazy. Like the swiftness of the movements, the precision, and just kind of the camera movements. I remember, wow, it's funny. That's coming back to me. I was the guy that liked moving cameras in choreo because I felt like it,
tells the story better.
Yeah, it showed everything that they're trying to convey, especially with something like this where you will miss out on certain things if the camera isn't moving. So I think this is really dope. The thing with On is that it's obviously it's all 7, and so you all have like different centers, and they all have different like dancing styles, just as much as they have different vocal tones and vocal colors. You know what I'm saying? So their dancing styles all come out and kind of it was like a collage, and just everything moving, and then the aggressiveness of the aggressiveness of the drummers and the band and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's what really sold it for me because it felt like I hate this fucking movie, but Stomp the Yard. And mixed with a little drum line.
I don't stomp, I dance.
Don't step by battle. But anyway, that's what put On over the top for me. But it's literally like a 98 to a 97.
So I feel 2 ways about On. One, On is one of my favorite joints just because I think it complements a lot of BTS members' style. It also is one of those songs that doesn't hide anybody at all.
Right.
You kind of really get thrust, like people get thrown into the mix of everything and shit, and it ain't like where someone might be just kind of chilling in the back. Like everybody is kind of from 0 to 100 on here. What I do think though is since if I had like nitpick is since sometimes you'll get into those lulls where let's say like somebody is rapping, they may not particularly be dancing. They might be kind of getting their shit off, and then the backup dancers are kind of going. It's not for a long time here, but it's something that I kind of noticed just being a little bit like nitpicky. I feel like the moving camera versus the standing camera is a bit of like whatever, because they have subtle movements in here, but I don't think movements would have helped On as much because you need to see.
On is very like not vertical, but horizontal, and just just kind of there like that. It's not a bunch of something where you need to look from like a drone or look down at it or anything like that. It's just kind of all there on display. So
yeah, and both
two-dimensional is what I was looking for. Obviously horizontal, but two-dimensional is what I was looking for because we're not looking beyond the rows and like I said on from like a drone and stuff like that. So
yeah, and ironically on a watch too, it doesn't bother you much that in some parts of both tracks the movements aren't crazy for like sometimes where people are kind of walking to their spots and everything and kind of like filling out the vibe of the music. None of that really bothered me. This is a real hard one because you're almost trying to nitpick, and now at this point, it's not like you're gonna catch somebody like, oh, he's off sync here, or this person isn't centered. This is really a preference. But I've been talking. How y'all feel?
Me personally, I don't know which one it is because honestly, on towards the end, it was kind of like, all right, I think this is the one. But then Set Me Free Part 2 is just everything about that. The vibe, his movements, pause. To me, that's a pause. Mind your business.
That was
The camera movement, all that. It was just something about Set Me Free. Honestly, if I have to choose, I'm gonna go with Set Me Free.
That's my favorite quote.
That's what I'm gonna go with. Unfortunately,
One of the table set up this
I
one.
like that. I like that. Both are very good choreos. To me personally, Set Me Free had me engaged throughout the whole piece. On had its ups and downs. I think there was moments where the backup dancers were killing it a little bit more than the members. And on Set Me Free, what I also like about it is
That
well,
part right
one,
there is crazy.
Jimin is dancing
Bad, I'm
for
crying.
the whole 3 minutes. Jimin is doing all of that. Number two, I really like the smoothness of the transitions in between the formations. They had some really interesting formations, moments where all the backup dancers were like moving and Jimin was just like smoothly just walking by. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought it was nice the way they got into that Fibonacci symbol and he was dancing in there. The moment where he did the superhero landing, tough. Just even here, like with all those hand movements, that was very smooth. They're in a very tight space and they just have a lot of awareness of what's going on, and I think there's such a high energy dance, and there's just so many different moving pieces. And not to be that guy, but this room is smaller than the other one. On had like 1 million dancers. This one only had like 1,000. You know what I mean? It's my choice.
Yeah, sidebar. That shit is fucking crazy.
The hand movements.
The hand movements
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
when they get into it. And the funny thing with like Set Me Free Part 2 is it kind of gets the best of both worlds. To me, On is very much like technical. Like all the movements are like precise, like almost militant because of like the drums and everything. On here, they have
It
an
feels like
opportunity.
a fucking performance.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
On here, this is clearly a performance, but it gets to be a bit more primal at times too, to where like, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think last time niggas said it felt like a performance, but like spoken word almost at the same time. Like it feels so. I don't want to say On didn't like touch my soul because anybody that's been here for a long time knows like that performance has a special place just on this channel for real. But it was something about when we first seen this and shit, and even just rewatching it now. You know how sometimes you can see something and just be like, yo, I think this iconic.
Yeah.
It feels like that's kind of when this dropped. It was kind of one of those things. And even for people that probably, let's say you don't stand Jimin or something like that, or you know how you be like, I don't really fuck with something, but I can see
I can
why
respect this,
I can
yeah.
respect it and kind of see why everybody is kind of like they're clinging to this and everything.
This is crazy.
See, that's kind of how I feel like with standing next to you, where like not to bring JK into this, but like where you just kind of see something and it's just like, yo, no, like this feels like a moment in time.
Extra oomph was put into this.
Yeah. Now, like I said, I know some people might feel away with like Crazy and shit because I think that's that's obviously a banger ass track and everything. But I think it was all the moving pieces, like you said, Jared, to where the room, they almost make the room feel bigger than it is. Like this shit feels special. Shame. Bring back shame.
Deception.
Disgrace. But my fault.
No, no, this whole story right here, when you're watching this, you see, like you said, it's more like a spoken word. When you're watching this, you see in the beginning how he's walking through the crowd, and you see him like kind of twitching, and as he's twitching, you see the hands move. It's just a wild illusion that they give, a wild story that they give with it, and you see how when they lift him up in the crowd, it's just so much that it tells with the story of them just dancing. Like you see this dude going, pretty much he looks like he's crazy when he's dancing. Like you see how he's just lifted. It's a cool story, like just watching it. As far as the choreography for this one, but me personally, I like the other one. What's the name of it again? On. I like On because of the movements, and it's like more. It's more movement to it that, like when you're watching it, the flow of it. So sometimes you'll see where it kind of look like they're doing it with wings, pause. But just sometimes you look like they have a clock going on. So
that wiping technique that they did,
yeah,
and like how they
wax
layered
on,
it,
wax
yeah, that was crazy. That's kind of crazy. And On makes me feel like I'm more a part of it. Like it's weird to say because I'm not a part of either one.
Yeah.
But like
No, I get what you mean.
On makes me feel like
I'm scared to be a part of
engaged.
Jim and Jim.
Yeah, On makes me feel like I'm more engaged. Where Jim is, I'm watching and like trying to catch everything that's going on. So it feels so like, yo, don't miss this detail. You need to look at every single thing that's going on, or you're gonna miss it or whatever like that. Whereas On feel like, yeah, I'm in the crowd, like hyping them up and everything. So this is a little bit of a difference. But like I said, it's like comparing a fucking 98 to a 97.
Yeah, definitely hard too because I think another thing we kind of used to nitpick on, be like, oh, the backup dancers like kind of carried. You kind of need both of them to essentially tell both stories that's kind of going on.
Again.
So like that. There's a lot of things in here where we used to kind of nitpick that almost offset each other's kind of arguments and shit. The moving camera thing I think is an odd point on here. The backup dancers are a bit of an odd point because they both help with the story. At that point, it's just maybe you can get into moments, and they both have iconic moments to me. So it's just like. Very much preference, but I am interested to kind of see how the poll is going to go on the joint. I want to see if this is going to be kind of like a 60-40 thing, or if this is going to be like a flat out, like, a 70-30. Yeah, because there's been times where, we'll go in there and shit and just be like, oh shit, like this is almost like a 50-50 kind of situation. Yeah, because outside of this, I wonder, because I want to stand next to you to battle something BTS related as well, to have like the same conversation. Just to kind of, show some greatness. But I'm thinking what song would pair kind of all right?
It's not really, that's a super smooth, it's a smooth, groovy type
sensual.
Song. They didn't start doing groovy until like, the trilogy song, so.
Yeah, so that might be a little bit like harder to kind of pair up and everything. On here,
ooh. I know one. I'll tell you when the camera go off, but I know one.
Cool. Anybody else have any other thoughts about this?
I like that part right there too.
Yeah, the wax on, wax off. It's fire, man. I like this too. I love when we got into those choreos like this, Dionysus, where they weren't afraid to showcase everybody's dancing skills on here. And these are songs that almost make you put more respect on people's name and shit.
That was crazy. Like, J.O. fucked that shit up.
Nah, in a nastier day, we'd have been arguing right here. They'd be like, he ain't dancing. Is that choreo?
I'm triggered.
Is it choreo? Now they played the drums. They won. But nah, man, jump in the comments. Tell us how y'all felt about this. More choreo battles coming soon. Y'all know we leave the floor open to y'all and shit. And mostly, if y'all got a good choreo battle, put it underneath. And the power is y'all. Just go like it. If something got like 50, 100 likes, we ain't gonna miss it. But yeah, we love y'all. I'll let y'all. Peace.